In this video, I'm going to show you some amazing headline formulas that I found. So I'm on crazyegg.com, and I'll link this down in the description so you can quickly find all these headlines. But this site has amazing headline formulas, and you can find them all over the place, but this is a really reputable brand, and they're really good at teaching marketing. It's headed by Neil Patel and Eric Siu, and they're really deeply involved in this. So if you want to convert customers and you want to get more sales and you want people to not leave your landing page and to actually fill out that form and start talking to your business via email so you can make sales, you need a great headline, because nobody's going to read past the headline if it's not good. And so what makes a headline good is that it makes you curious, it incites, some sort of emotion. So, an example that I wrote when I got started that wasn't very good is like, get more customers fast. Okay, well, it gives a value proposition, like it shows that I'm going to get more customers fast, but it doesn't really give me specifics on how to do it. It doesn't really draw in any emotion. And so to make that better, what you can do is you can use some of these formulas as well as some techniques that I'll go into in other videos, where you can talk about, the emotions of getting more customers. So you could say, you can start saying, celebrate your massive profits by getting more customers with this one proven method. And by doing that, you're making a big promise. You're kind of getting people excited. You don't want to overhype it, which is easy to do if you put too much emotion and not enough specificity. So if you say these 10 tips that will improve your website will have you skyrocketing sales and celebrating more sales with your sales team, or something like that, you would fix it up to not be repetitive. But some of these formulas are going to be really helpful for you. So here's a list of some of the best headlines, and I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm going to go through some of them and talk about the rationale. So the first formula is the X best ways to get blank without blank. So this is something you would fill in your own benefit and something you get to avoid, and so it creates curiosity. So an example is the 10 best ways to get rich without working a 9 to 5. So you're saying, okay, there's 10 ways, so that's specific, so it's more believable. And then you're getting rich, so that's the benefit, or that's the outcome, without working a 9 to 5. Oh, how can you do that? A lot of people will be like, how can you do that without that? And so this is a really easy one to plug and play, right? So, if you're a restaurant, you're trying to give a recipe to something, you could say the 10 steps in this secret recipe to get the perfect pizza, without spending hours crafting a recipe that works every time, or something like that. You would make it more succinct, more compressed, and it would make more sense. But some other examples are the 101 ways to get ripped without a gym membership, best ways, and the 27 best ways to get investors without a boring pitch. So it's kind of really tapping into, the concerns, is my pitch going to be boring, or, I want to get ripped, but I don't want to pay for that gym membership. And it creates that curiosity. So it's really cool. And you definitely want to give something valuable. It says, you can't cheat people. You can't say this is going to happen without this, and then you lie to them. So make sure you're really delivering what you are putting up there, unless you want to lose subscribers and not get sales, because that will happen if you mistreat those people. Here's another formula. You're running out of blank. Here's how to fix it. So you're running out of time, out of money, out of energy. Here's how to fix it. So it's a quick fix or a quick solution type of headline. So you're really getting to the point. And so if you're trying to give somebody helpful information, it says helpful advice. And people just want to get a solution right now. So you're running out of time, to get promoted for that spot that your colleague is going to take from you, or you're running out of time, to build an investment portfolio or something. Here's how to fix that, or here's how to build that portfolio fast. So you're fixing that solution. You're running out of time to be at your peak athletic performance. Here's how to get in peak shape fast, something like that. That's hitting at a pain point, hitting at a real human concern, and then really trying to hammer it home. It takes some work. You'll start out with something that might not be as compelling, and then you'll work on it. That's how I always start with my headlines. I haven't been doing it for 30 years, but what I can say is like I always start out with something. I get a response by running ads and getting like test feedback, and then I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I got to test some more. And you constantly need to be testing your copywriting and read it back and say, okay, if I were a potential customer, is this cool? Or can I make it cooler? Can I make it more exciting? Can I make it more specific? All those things. Another one is we need to talk about blank. It's a blank. So we need to talk about AI. It's a game changer. We need to talk about budgeting. It's a necessary evil. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. It's hurting you. So this one's really, really good because it's curious. Because elephant in the room is just like a phrase, right? It's not anything specific, but it's like, well, what is the elephant in the room? And so you could say, like, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. This is why you're single, or this is why you're overweight, or this is why you might not make it to 75, or whatever it is. Like, you can be really bold here and try to just get to the point again. And so, like they say, you can be specific or vague. You don't want to leave them confused. Like I said, like with this one, like it's the elephant in the room, and then you're single, right? Like it's talking about a problem, but it's not leading with the problem. You could say, I heard this really crazy secret about you, and you aren't making as much money as you possibly could on the internet, or you aren't getting promoted as fast as you can within your job. Like all those things, right? Like you're kind of sneaking in with something, like if you're having a one-on-one conversation and you're kind of like, hey, did you hear about this? And that's kind of like sucking somebody in. So, copywriting, there's proven formulas, but at the end of the day, they're really tying back to like real human conversations. Like how would you tell your friend when you're a kid at recess or lunch or something, a secret about somebody, like gossip, right? Like look at the magazine headlines in the grocery store and see what those are. Because they still get people's attention, even though, people might not buy them. You're looking at them, you're wondering, then you're Googling about that. And it's the same thing, right? So you need to give them a reason to click. And then, if you're too specific, if you give everything away, then they're not going to keep reading. A lot of people say that the purpose of the headline is to get you to read the subheadline, and then that's to get you to read the rest. And so you want to kind of think about it that way. Like, is it interesting enough to read the next line? Like, if you just say, like, we need to talk about weight loss, it's easy with this product. Like, oh, okay. But, like, why is it easy with that product? Or what's the real benefit of that product? You'll look good with a smoking hot body, and, you'll attract a ton of women or a ton of men, or you'll impress your spouse, or you'll feel confident again. It's like really hitting home on the true why. The why isn't like they want to make more money or they want to be fit. The actual why is how can their life get exponentially better? So that's something to think about. Another formula is you'll be blank if you miss this guide to blank. So this is really good. So you're really hitting an emotion here, and you're hitting two things. You're hitting missing out, right? The fear of missing out, which nobody wants to miss out on anything, right? You see a bunch of testimonials, you see all your friends going to a concert, you don't want to be alone. Nobody likes that. And it's just like a social construct. And so when you add that fear of missing out plus an emotion, like you'll be pissed, or you'll be depressed, or you'll, wish you were never born because you missed this guide, or something extreme, right? And you could also flip it, but it might not help you with this necessarily. Like this headline, like you could say, like you'll be glad that you didn't miss this guide. Like you'd flip it like that. So like there's different ways to say it. So like you'll be sorry if you missed the guide to writing the best headlines. You'll kick yourself. You'll be in hot water. You'll be boiling mad. Basically you want to describe something. So like take something like anger, right? And then make it really big. You'll be like, my friend likes to say blood red mad. You'll be blood red mad if you don't do this. You'll be bouncing off the walls crazy because you missed this one secret to solve all your problems faster. Like, you really want to create it in an animated way. You don't want to be bland. It's super easy to be bland. I've done it so many times, and I had to take, copywriting courses and read about it, and I'm still reading every day, stuff like this. Because you want to go back to the exciting stuff. Because when you're just writing an email, there's nothing exciting about typing the email, but if you remember that you're telling a story and you're trying to bring people in, and get them excited about what you're doing, then it'll be a lot better. So I think this is a badass one, if you ask me. Here's another one. X of the blank blank you'll find today. So this is good for like reviews or blogs or videos, like the one I'm having right now, like blank of the best blog posts you'll read today. So like for me, like for this video, I could say like 10 of the most effective headlines you'll find today to turn your conversions from graveyard records to insurmountable success, or something like that, right? You can make it easier to read, you can make it easier to listen to. It's something you kind of craft over time, whether it's a couple of minutes or a couple of days or whatever. And so it's really just making it specific, and you're kind of wondering, okay, what are those 10 things? What are those 7 things? What are those 13 things? Another one is try blank and get blank. So try Pilates and get a 6-pack. So that's a good one, right? So like it's saying the benefit of Pilates, and then you could tie some emotion to it, right? Try, Pilates at the comfort of your home and get, a 6-pack that will impress your wife, immediately, or, impress your husband or whatever, right? Get people looking at you. Because really the benefit of good looks is getting people to attract to you, or confidence, or ease of mind, or health, all those things. You have to tap into the desires, which are, relationships, wealth, growth. There's very core things, right? Like people want to be hydrated, they, don't want to go hungry, and they want to reproduce and grow and learn and stuff like that, right? And so you have to hit those core things while you're doing that, like this one. Try changing your sleep patterns and get more done. Try fixing your sleep patterns and 10 times your productivity, overnight, or seemingly overnight. So it's not like a crazy claim, right? So you got to balance that with compliance. If you're writing this stuff for Facebook or Google ads, make sure it's believable. Make sure you're saying, this is not a claim that will work for everybody, stuff like that, which is out there all over the place, and I can make a video on that if you want me to. And this is the last one to go over for now. So blank versus blank, or actually I'll do 2 more, which is blank. So this is a good one. So Mac versus PC, which is faster. This is really good for reviews. You'll see this all the time for bottom of the funnel stuff, like if you're trying to compare ClickFunnels versus GetResponse, or if you're trying to compare P90X versus working out in your room, like something like that, right? Like 2 different things, 2 different products, Walmart versus, another store, Amazon versus Walmart, which one delivers better, right? And so it gives you like a review, and that's good for credibility and understanding differences and education. And it's good before purchases. And then this last one, are you still doing blank? You might regret it. I wanted to do this one because it looked cool. So are you still posting on MySpace? You might regret it. So like one I just thought of, like for weight loss, you could say like, are you still eating ice cream before bed every night? Well, you might regret it. And you might talk about the bad reasons, to like behind that, like what the health impacts are from eating late and eating something fatty and sugary like that. The reason I said that one is because I do that a lot. So some relatable and something interesting. So all these headlines are really cool. I didn't write them. I think they're really good though. And you should definitely use formulas if you want to start converting your sales copy and really starting getting more sales, grow your business or brand, or get more fans, and just really get people excited about you. It's real easy to write a headline, but one that actually converts high and gets people excited, that's way better. And it's a little harder, but it's worth it. So click in the description if you want that, and if you want to learn the fastest way to make money online and to succeed with your own brand, you can grab a free copy of this book my friend wrote, and you can click the link in the comment or the description, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you like this video, hit that like button so more people can see it. Jump on that subscribe button and slap that notification bell so you don't miss a single video from me on how to make more money online and live a happier life. There's a video right after this one, so stay tuned for that. Peace out for now.